So we've been on a bit of a tear lately as we've taken on some really tough opponents, the Rams a few times, the Cardinals, the Ravens, and beaten them all or tied with them all, as the Rams obviously have taken a tie with us. And because of that, we are, quote-unquote, in the top part of the division. We don't know what happens after the Cardinals' next game, and the Niners are kind of defeating themselves. They've been on a mad losing streak, and really what I want to see is a breakout. We haven't seen a single breakout in ages. And ironically enough, finally, there's one to see. As you can see, the Cardinals actually did lose. I was looking as I was like, wait, did they? And of course, the Niners won, which puts the Rams at the last place spot on the division rankings. Of course, the Commanders 5-6. This is kind of a dangerous team, a team that, a lot of people would underestimate, and a team that is still very much so in the race for a playoff spot. This could be the worst time to play a team like that, but we'll see, as obviously it's a really good defense, could cause problems, but it's their offense that you definitely don't know what you're going to see. Of course, the Niners had a player of the week, and then so did the Ravens. Just kind of teams that are, quote-unquote, more relevant to us. I know we've played the Ravens a couple weeks back, but I still have that game in mind because I still don't know how we did what we did. And I know our defense in general has been really good the last couple of weeks, but it's just shocking to me. A lot of the team is up in the morale. Lockett, not so much, as I kind of expect that, as he's actually had a bit of a rough one this year. DevOps for the breakout for DBs, I'd imagine is either Sidney Jones or Barnes. Don't think Diggs could get one at his age. He's like 29 or so. He's 30 actually. But I would welcome a Diggs DevOp, to be honest. I still like him a lot, and it'd be awesome to see him stick around more. But I'd imagine this is Sidney or Kalen Barnes. We'll take a look in a moment. Obviously, Ed Oliver is back from injury, which is great to see. Battle of the D-lines, even though our D-line has not really played well. It's really our coverage that has definitely been the recent success story for us. And the Commanders do not have any injuries either at this point. Let's take a look at that breakout DB. Probably one of those two, right? Really? Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind that we get, a chance with Jamal Adams, but man, that is tough. 3+ turnovers, or Jamal Adams gets 3+ of those things. And obviously, it is a bad passing attack for Washington, but I don't know if they're going to be under 100 yards. That's like impossibly bad. We also have a scenario for their very good defense, tasked with facing the Commanders in their highly touted defense this week. Where do you think you can have success? I'd say the run game, to be honest. I think it starts with the running game. Sometimes the best way to have success against defense of that caliber is to have success on the ground and wear them down and open up the playbook. True. Just like the bald spot is opened up on the back of our head. Logan Whitley, the quarterback. They're number 1 in turnovers, but man, they are number not 1 in everything. They're pretty much number 2, if you know what I mean. Let's probably look to stop the ground game. Antonio Gibson's a guy that's got all the potential in the world, but he's kind of fallen off that, top tier caliber, list. He was kind of like, oh, is he a top 10 running back? It's like, now it's like not even close to that, but all it takes is one game just to break out. Of course, looking at their numbers there, they're quite good. Of course, that pass rush is insane. Their coverage, not as good, so I think we're going to try to throw it medium and obviously adjust accordingly. I know we said we're going to run the ball, but that could be a second half type of thing. Looking at the ranks, so for us specifically, 26th for offense, but number 3 on defense. So when you really look at the numbers across the board, we're probably a better damn team. Tyler Lockett, the guy that's probably just about ready to leave this damn place, has a playmaker upgrade for himself, which gives him 2 to catch in traffic. I mean, nothing crazy. His route rating's a little worse than I would have thought. Of course, his morale is down, which doesn't help. 87 deep, 89 medium normally, but a lot lower than that right now. Davenport, a guy that has really not showed a lot, despite the fact that he's already a superstar for us, gets +2 to power move. Now putting him in the 80+ category. He is still young. He's still just getting going, so obviously we're not going to be like, oh, well, he sucks. He's not playing super well, but he's obviously well on his way to being that guy. Northcutt, he's showed some insane things, and then also shown that he could easily be pushed around. Here we are in Washington for a game that's pretty much a sold-out crowd, a team that is finding ways to stick it out and try and obviously get that playoff spot. Sidney Jones, a lot of interceptions on the season. Not really the super focus this week, though, is it's Jamal Adams who has his breakout, although I will say only needs his teammates to help him out if he can't really get it done. So 3 forced turnovers is not a tough thing for this defense to get, but also kind of expecting Washington to really try to keep things short, simple, and on the ground, really, with that guy right there, 24, Antonio Gibson, the youngster Whitley. I'm not actually exactly sure how well he's playing this season. Maybe we should have actually taken a look, but we'll find out shortly as we get on into this game. Obviously, both teams not the greatest on offense. I'd say we definitely have a little bit more potential than they do, as we at least have the big, long play. Yeah, big, long. And then, of course, defensively, we're a little bit better, I think, at taking the ball away and giving those short fields up. Whereas, I don't know about them. I just think they have a good pass rush that probably forces teams to punt the ball a lot. And this seems like a new one. We're getting the ball first to start this game out, which I suppose with the fact that we've had a win streak for ourselves, I don't know if that's a good thing, but it doesn't really matter, as Caldwell's going to take this all the way to the 26-yard line. The blockers seemed a little lost, but so did the returners, or the gunners anyways, and we were able to get, right where we needed to be. Of course, Hikaru, not a great statistical season by any means, but there's more to it. It's like watching the tape. You have a superior edge rusher finish the season with like 5 or 6 sacks. You're like, okay, I guess that's a bad thing. And then you look at the tape and it's like, oh, he's been doubled and tripled, and he gets there. He just, he doesn't finish the play with a sack because the ball's thrown away, or once again, you're going against, 3 freaking blockers. It's not easy. But first and 10, obviously we know Hikaru is not just his fault. And, we're going to keep giving him more chances as he has improved lately. And obviously, speaking of a guy that'll always get his chances, always get his touches, Kenneth Walker, talked about last week, wanting to get him more carries in the game. And, we kind of did that, right? We ended up getting to, 25 on the day? That's not bad. 2nd and 3, going to go with a play action. And that is an immediate rush by Chase Young on the play for the sack. The perfect product. They do look like they might be bringing a blitz here, but we still have to just double Chase. And we're not going to get that off. Chase Young even had a chance at that. We dropped back hard. We were just trying to get that over the middle, too. I would assume Xavier Moore would look like a decent drive out the gate. Derails completely. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, why didn't you just run the ball and run the ball and run the ball? Well, it's 2nd and 3. You expect to get some sort of positive play. And, oh, almost a chance at a pop there by Kobe, but that didn't really happen. Of course, let's take a look at that quarterback, Whitley, real quick. See what that touchdown to pick ratio is looking like. A lot better than Hikaru, I'd imagine. And it definitely is 18-5, nearly 3,000 yards. It's a pretty good season for a team that, once again, isn't really known for successfully throwing the ball. But Jamal going up against a superstar tight end. Is that Logan? And it is Logan Thomas slipping off the tackle as well, gaining 9 on the first play. Hopefully the trend continues itself. Really good gainer on first down, and then nothing happens for the rest of the drive. But something tells me they're going to get a first down. Something tells me. Oh, maybe not. And Jamal drops 1 of 3 that he needs on the day. That is a mad L, as we could have gotten back out on offense, or he could have just straight up scored. We're going to be bringing the heat again, and we can knock it out there. Nice throw to the outside. My philosophy is always blitz the rookie. Going against a rookie, don't care how well they're playing on the season. I'm blitzing them. I don't care. We'll see how realistic, that crazy season that rookie quarterback's having after he gets blitzed 45 times in one game. Which is, I know, a crazy number. It's probably unlikely, but, of course, Gibson not really having that great of a season. Only 2 touchdowns as well. Struggling to find the end zone. Definitely something we're hoping continues here today. Porter, and they keep going the inside zone, and a nice hit by Porter, but still a gain of about 3. Sending them up with a manageable 3rd and 4. Of course, they got a lot of players in here that are going to be blocking, so oh, they're not going to be blocking. They can't catch up to Logan. It's not Logan anyways. Adams one-on-one. This time gets the interception down to the 8-yard line. Not bad at all. Jamal had one earlier, missed it. This time he brings it down. And that's 1 of 3. Of course, looking, and he might have had the tight end quickly if he threw it, but if I'm them, I don't hate that. It's an arm punt anyways. Gives your guy a chance. Of course, Jamal Adams, not really known, as earlier in this game has shown, or the drive at least, not the greatest hands in the world, so that's not the worst play. Is this a play that Metcalf's going to have, or is it Kenneth? I think it's Kenneth. I think it's going to be no one, actually. I think it's going to be Hikaru losing 4 yards. Nice. 2nd and 4, throwing from our own end zone at this rate. But we find our man Noah Fant. The ball's a little behind him, and he has to slow down for it, sadly. Really trying to get that defense going, but I surely hope they do not. Looking for a quick throw, and going to see it outside more. Nice little play. I thought number 16 was going to come on the inside, and he did not follow Metcalf. It's okay, though. We got the throw in there. We get out of our own end zone and continue the drive now down to the 27-yard line inside. And number 94 has been making some plays early in this one. Going to throw it, but they're, leaving the inside open. They really believe in Daron Payne, and why wouldn't you, the way he started this game out, but utilizing that information a little bit there and turn it into a little bit of a gainer. 3rd and 4 now from the 33, passing the ball once again. Going to quick throw that into Arcega-Whiteside, who gets it. They play off a little bit too much, and honestly, with the way their pass rush has been and their D-line in general, I would probably just blitz almost every play if I was them even. Talking about blitzing rookie quarterbacks, I mean, this is the... Oh, wow. There goes Jonathan Allen, who's looking a little chunky, I'll be honest, but doesn't really matter what the situation is. He blew right through us. Play action, because, of course, as the way our players have been playing, we believe in a play action working, right? And there goes Mr. Lockett. Talked about him not really getting involved too much on the season, but got a really nice play there and gets a first down for us. Offense is moving. Let's go with another play action look. Arcega-Whiteside to the right. Could be a quick dump off. And he will be, as we have no choice. Really good delivery, though, by Hikaru. Arcega-Whiteside getting 9 on that play. Hikaru looking pretty decent so far, considering what he's working against here. 2nd and 1, inside handoff. We've learned our lesson. Nothing's guaranteed in this league, so if you feel you can get that with the run, you take it. 13 yards for the first. I mean, they're throwing a lot of different things at us, but we are succeeding. We're getting down the field, and that's really all you could ask for. That'll be a quick look to Fant, and we probably should have taken that. We're a little late, but still gives them enough time to get up the field, gain about 7. Inside zone, I actually like Metcalf here, but if the safety comes in there, we can't really throw it to him. And there goes Fant again. The throw's under... Ooh, that ball's underthrown. Try to float it to play it safe, and wow, was that not safe in the slightest. I don't know if I believe in this, but a counter could work. And it works. Slater! Free shot to the end zone, slips off. Fighting. We got to hurry up. He deserves that touchdown. That was an insane play. Come on, fellas, give him one. And he's in. What the? Wow, that power is insane. With the slip off, then the power. Slater for the touchdown. We love it. Beautiful play, running through players left and right. Oh my, it's just he never gets a chance, And I don't mean he just never gets carries, which of course is true, but just in general, he doesn't get blocks, which is why he doesn't get carries. It's not his fault at all. Uh-oh. Wow, did you see Brooks get absolutely handled? Gibson gaining about 16 on that play. Worst part is we brought a lot of linebackers in. We still got destroyed. Whoever running dime and they catch us, we're screwed. Galen Barnes are actually going to probably pull off. And we will. Kind of tricked him, but over the middle is wide. Jamal absolutely handling him. We just need to force 2 more turnovers with anyone even. Once again, showing a pretty balanced attack. It's a 1st and 10. I think their tendencies are pretty obvious at this point. Run on first, and wow, our tendencies of getting crushed have been also consistent as we've given up 6 yards there, despite the fact that we pre-snap blitzed like 7, which is ridiculous. Diggs got 2 routes to cover, and that ball is well overthrown. I mean, you can kind of call Woolen Moss, but at the end of the day, if you're not going to keep your feet in bounds, it doesn't really count. Don't know what intentions Woolen had. He might have been trying to swat it back into play. And he's going to run right into the arms of Nwosu for the sack, which may cost them points. You can see him backing up. The tight end's supposed to grab him, and just doesn't really get that good of a chip. And sack. Don't think you're really going to get much of a chance to return from the 44, so we're just going to be bringing the heat on the punt. We almost got there with Diggs. And you want to get back there, Carmichael. That's why I wanted to get back there, but it was too little too late to the 3. All right, Slater, we're finding some newfound love for you, even though it's, once again, really not giving you too much to work with here, but Still, we're going to run it and see what we can get. Slater fighting the 4. Dive up the middle. 2nd and 8 from the 4. Trying to make some room. Gaining about 3. I don't know if we're going to get enough time for this, but this could be lethal. Kind of looking at this as like a Hail Mary look. We got to take it. He's open! It's a great catch! Taken down to the 49-yard line. That's how it's done. Their rookie tried to do the same on 3rd and long and ended up throwing a pick to Jamal. This one, while hit by Chase Young, a little wobbly, but on the money, and Metcalf, the deep threat god in the league, comes away with another one. Can't really ask for much more than that. That's just beautiful. Especially since we're a team that really doesn't... Oh, what blocks were those? That's not bad. Considering the way they were stacked, that's not bad at all, but... You know, we're a team that has, like, almost never run the double move, so I'm not really sure how a team can even prepare for that, as we just literally don't show that. And we're going to be pretty much throwing that into nothing. I saw Fant, but the throw was too late, and we ended up going to lock it, and that could have been really bad if the ball actually got there. We're going to be bringing some heat here. Might be a quick throw off to somebody. And another, you know, under pressure situation. I wanted to run the ball more, but like they kind of locked up. 63-yard field goal, though. I don't know if this is going to happen. Oh, there's wind directly. Okay, well, I know this is going to happen now. There's wind directly down the line. I mean, it's literally right down the middle. It's the cleanest field goal you're ever going to see from 60+. I mean, there's just never a shot that we're going to miss that. Beautiful. It's not a bad game so far, but we did talk about it. That front, dude. That pass rush is killing us. 1st and 10, and on Wosu. Nice little hit on Gibson, but he gained 7. I mean, so far we've been dead spot on, right? You know, it's trying to stop the inside handoffs. Man, these blocks. Look at these blocks. Good thing for us, Gibson's kind of a bad runner because, I mean, that was just horrible. He should have gotten like 30 minimum on that. The blocks were insane. The pancakes were everywhere. Thought it was at IHOP, like. This is crazy. Brooks, good tackle. Nice help from Porter, kind of. Gains nothing, surprisingly. Trying to keep more linebackers in, but also they got the 4 receivers, so got to be weary of that as well. Quick throw to the outside. I thought they were going to go with the quick throw to the tight end on the right, but hey, whatever works, works. 1st down again. They're mixing it up nicely right now, and it's kind of hard to bring the right personnel up. Seems like no matter what we have out there, their run game is doing well. Porter gets slammed, but luckily we had enough bodies there, and they get a yard only. But I also feel like we just can't stop their pass game without a bunch of DBs on the field, which I suppose is kind of the point. Porter misses the tackle. Good hit by Woolen. It will put up a 3rd down. Not really easy either way, but definitely also not impossible, obviously. And Adams is going to get some help with Diggs and Barton bringing him down to 4th and 1. I think you probably punt or kick this, but they're going to go for it. Can't run commit, but we are going to try to make a play anyways. Yep, that's why you don't run commit there. And a nice throw to the tight end, which will continue the drive. I mean, we were up with Adams. You're up with, like, everyone. You know, we were kind of ready for a lot of different things there, and they just found the little sit-down with the tight end. It's tough. Diggs, nice hit, but another gain of about 8. They got a lot of players on this line here, and that's going to be a false start. They're coming out with pretty much the same formation, but that still throws things around a little bit. It changes things up a little bit for us on defense, at least. And it won't matter because the result will still be a 1st down. 2-minute warning. Got to give it to him, though. This is a very impressive drive. The way this is kind of looking... It's looking like all the other games where we kind of break it open, at least all the games as of late. Sidney misses, and Curtis Samuel, a little bit of a flag. Might be on us, even. Yeah, as of the flag that late, you would expect it to be either on the defense or picked up, and it was picked up. Porter on the inside. Can't really help. Diggs with a huge hit. You know, normally I'd be like, hey, just give them the touchdown, but we are a bend-don't-break defense. We can take the ball away any single spot of the field you want us to, and we will go for it, as that run commit's going to send them back 3 to the 5. Yeah, I know, multiple numbers. Relax. I know, I don't like numbers either, but just relax. Oh, Lord. I wish I could call a timeout. Accidentally came out with cover 4, trying to change it up, but, well, we'll see. Oh, he's trying to run. He's not going to get there. Mafe, wow, misses. And, excuse me, they're going to call a personal foul on this. Hello, that is an awful call. Mafe should have had him, though. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I mean, they won't show the rest of the play, but he definitely gets tackled. I mean, that's a fair call, but, like, what are we doing out here? Like, what are we actually doing out here? You've got to be kidding me. That's the type of the play that forces a field goal, and now it's really just anyone's game. The quarterback looking for someone open, throwing it back across his body. What now? Roughing again? Bro! They called it again! You might as well just have the refs come in and take the direct snap themselves. But to be fair, once again, it's a very fair call. What are we doing? There's no football play being made there. The ball is gone. You've got to be kidding me with this team right now. Boneheaded mistakes, and with the run commit, once again, we get the stop. This is getting crazy, dude. If we still make the stop somehow, we deserve, like, freebie points at this point. This is tough. Sledden can't get to the running back in time. On the run, Sydney had a chance. Curtis Sam. Do we need a medical team for Curtis Samuel? Did he just have a seizure? What was that? I don't know what this quarterback said to these players before the game started, but man, they need to get over it quickly. First down screen call. I mean, it's not something I prefer, but we're going to go with it. They're not out there. They had a pass rusher kind of out there, though. And Kenneth, with only a few timeouts, smartly gets out of bounds. Got Metcalf, Noah Fant. I like a couple of these routes here. He's not really open, but we're going to take it. Oh, come on. You're too crazy, Metcalf. Touchdown. They can't stop him. They can't. I don't even think they have Fuller on him. And then I don't know where the safety is, but they have no safety help. And all of that work they just put up is gone. The moment we hike this, the free safety just runs after us. I think this team is honestly just too giftedly, I wouldn't say challenged, but it's just too gifted. And you just can't do anything about it. And not that they're, like, super proud of it, but they're willing to take their, cut their losses, if you will, as they get the ball in the second half to start and can't do anything with the ball before half. Obviously, looking at their numbers, they're pretty pedestrian-like. Ours weren't super great, but we were more efficient, and obviously we do have more yards because of the long ball with DK Metcalf. Looking at the second quarter or the second half for the Cardinals versus Ravens, a similar situation, whereas you got one team that's playing more efficient than the other, and the other team's turning the ball over. Arizona winning is not something we want to see, but it's just how it goes. And now we're kind of changing the focus. Since we do have that lead, we're going to try to run the ball more, so we focus on the inside run, and then we're now looking to defend the short ball against them as they were kind of dinking and diming us all the way down the field. All those penalties kind of saved them a bit. Nice hit by Robinson, but it still gave them points no matter how you want to look at it, and yeah, we got to try to keep up what we've had going for us. Also, in the process, maybe get that breakout. First and 10, they will run it, and that's a really good cutback, but Brooks sees it coming. Gain of about 3.5. Diggs playing manned up against a pretty fast wide receiver. In cut, and there goes that ball. Speaking of, to the outside, gain of 10. Bringing a bit of heat, going to be dropping back with Ed Oliver here. This is going to be a tough coverage. And goes right to the tight end and over the middle. Had him wide, but the blitz came in. Not really a fan of man coverage on what could be a wheel route, and it is double wheel route. We switched to the wrong guy. Number 2 making another play, getting popped by everybody, but a first down holds on. Dami Brown making a couple of good plays this drive for the Commanders, trying to stay in this game, trying to stay in the hunt for that playoff spot that probably exists. We got handled, and Jamal is out of range, and a touchdown for Curtis Samuel. Number 2 on the day, actually. And once again, get the medical team out here. But at the same time, maybe he's on the good drugs. As you can see that, Sidney Jones is playing that underneath. But Jamal, I can't really blame Jamal. He's got 2 players to cover there. And I mean, he took his shot. He bet on who. And I suppose the tougher throw is probably that far right. So I can't blame him. he needed some help from, I would assume, Diggs, right? Is Woolen. Woolen let him down. I mean, Woolen gets beat. Jamal's kind of just sitting in the middle. He's like trying to hope. He's like, please tell me I've got enough speed still to make a play. I also didn't see that that completed air distance through the sky in the game during the game, but that's a big play. It's a really good throw by the Rook. Commanders, of all the teams in the league, the one giving us the most troubles as of late. That's a little surprising. Once again, I expected their defense to be good, but you know, we have scored 17 points. I thought their offense was going to really suck, but DK Metcalf trying to do what he can. The whole offense in general not playing bad at all, and Kenneth Walker, the man in the zone here to start the second half, had a couple of 10-yard runs before that first half ended, and there goes another one for 12, first down. All right, last time we got insta-rushed. Quick throw to Arcega-Whiteside worked, though, but this time Lockett's kind of looking primed. And there he goes. Oh, no. Lockett, good try. Hikaru, once again, insta-rush. Couldn't really set the feet. And it could have got really ugly there, but thankfully didn't. 2nd and 10 run. Normally you wouldn't do that, but with Kenneth, you kind of just have to trust him. He gains 4. Tight end blockers, never a good thing. Not really a fan of that, but we got a couple blockers in there now. And Hikaru on the run. Going to have to force this one in there, and it's a beautiful throw. First down on Metcalf. I mean, we have seen a lot of misses from Hikaru that are way easier to hit than that. Very proud that he pulled that one off as, oh my. Kenneth turning that into a gain of 5 is shockingly impressive. I mean, we had no business gaining yards there at all. We're going to have more run to that outside, and then Lockett play that in on the drag, and he gets it. Nice cut move. Gains about 10. Loving it. Ooh, fumble. Hello. Stretch play, opposite side of all the talent, even though there's still really good players on the other side, but you know what I mean. And Kenneth is going to lose his in the zone, sadly. Kind of hesitated on that. Thought we could have slipped behind him. Couldn't. And unfortunately, that's just the way it goes sometimes. This time we obviously have to throw it as they're bringing like the whole squad. And once again, having to throw it to Kenneth. That throw is pretty bad. I mean, if we hit that throw on the run to Metcalf, we're probably looking at a turnover. Definitely not a first down, but luckily that was then. This is now. Just don't turn the ball over as we're looking at, 6-point lead. Quick throw. Moore is open. They didn't trick us on that one. They try to bring the slot blitz. We seen it. And with that, we are going to be down to 3 with a fresh set of downs. And it might be time for Metcalf to get himself another touchdown. And it is. There's nobody on him. What a play. What a change-up. Slater's in. They expect the power run. We tricked them. Metcalf, score number 2. I mean, they just got out-chessed, really. That's really all I can tell you. They think Slater. They're like, oh, that's a run. They've run it a couple times here at the goal line. And Metcalf there's nobody on him. There's literally no one on him. But still a manageable game, especially considering their offenses had some nice plays, too. But still, regained the 2 possession. And Wosu just gets pushed away. Robinson gains 4, but still negative on the day, or equal on the day, if you will. That bunched up look has killed us quite a bit. Oh, we left that wide open with Brooks, but that's okay. However, Diggs gets beat. Also, though, 3rd and 1. We're bringing the players. Uh-oh. And a quick underneath. Logan getting the catch. Kind of going the wrong way, but they consider him down without progressing the ball at the 38. So a gain of 4 for the first down. Both rookies handling the blitz kind of well today. Got to give credit to both sides. Barton with a nice tackle, still gave up 2. But I think Hikaru, especially where he was a couple of weeks ago, has handled it insanely well. Can't get over there. Porter gets blocked up, but a loss of 3 with the help of Diggs. Bringing the blitz on the inside. And Wosu, actually, doesn't Wosu have to drop? I kind of got lost here, to be honest. The rookie quarterback on the run. No way he gets that. Slipping, but not enough to the 45. That should be a punt. But if I'm them, I'd probably go for this. We're going to bring the proper return because we do have a chance, but we're going to keep Porter here just in case it's a fake. And it is not. And wow, that's a pretty decent punt to the 7 maybe. The 12, still really good though. Got a lot of players on this line as, we're backed up quite a bit. Ahmed getting in there on the carry, fun. Gaining nothing, which is also fun. I don't want to just have like a dead drive, but I'm just saying, it's not easy, dude. All right, entering the fourth with a 10-point lead, but staring a 3rd and 12 down in the face here. 20 pass plays, 20 rush plays. I mean, just a perfect offense. Would we have been able to say that before? No. Are we able to today? I think so. Looking for Fant. And we're just going to take that shot. Fant. Good try. I was going to wait for Lockett, but the safety felt like he was going to play that all the way. So it's the take back look. Metcalf gets pushed inside. There's no way he's getting the ball. Sit down from Kenneth. Absolutely not. Maybe from who is that? Moore? Maybe Moore. And then Lockett is covered. So I think they just did a good job, and we took probably the right route. He's the biggest guy on the field for us, and he had the best chance. Really good job by Kobe to get out there, and the punt is going to be great. Down to the 36. But Washington's defense hasn't been able to force a turnover, but has given their offense another chance. And Sydney has been really close today, but at the same time, Curtis Samuel's had himself a day. Something tells me run, but we might scare them away with this heavy freaking look. And we will not. Adams gets pushed off the play, but Barton does not. Gain of 2 still, though. But yeah, that's one thing that really sucks. Had a chance here. I mean, still do, in fairness. But had a chance for Adams to get himself a breakout. We're normally, turnover monsters. Today has just not been the day for us. Davenport locked up, and the running quarterback on the move, settles his feet, gets the throw out for a gain of about 3. Of course, a field goal would help them a lot, but in this range, do you even try it rather than go for it unless you get sacked? Davenport, club moves working. Quarterback's on the run. Nobody's there, and he's going to scramble for the first. Absolutely pummeled there. I'm not sure why he didn't slide, but a 9-yard gain to continue the drive. 4-man rush is really not working. We're playing a little bit more conservatively. Don't want to bring blitzes 24/7 as don't want them to have a quick score. Obviously don't want them to have any score, quick score or not. Kobe in pretty good coverage here, and an underneath throw that is missed. Going back to man coverage, trusting in our speed on this team to match up. And the running back is kind of open, but nobody's on the quarterback. Brooks trying to chase him, can't get there, and the rookie's still moving to the 17. I mean, you can't really spy anyone, especially since our pass rush has really not worked. We've needed a blitz to have any sort of success today. And Brooks doing a pretty good job, and nice hits. Gain of 2. Once again, clock isn't exactly their enemy exclusively, but, it is nice that the clock's moving here a little bit for them. Or for us, if you will. Quick throw to the outside. Jamal kills him, and that could be the game. Forced his 2nd turnover of the day. That's the dangers of trying to do too much. You can't blame the quarterback. He's played nearly perfectly today. Quick throws it out to Gibson, and Gibson's trying to do too much. Doesn't brace himself for the hit, and Jamal, who is the biggest hit power guy in the league at this rate, forces another one. We're not forcing fumbles or anything with like Sidney Jones or Woolen or any of those guys. It's always been Adams, and it always will be. As Kenneth finds himself a gain of about 5. Especially after that play, clock is absolutely on our side, so we're going to try to just play maybe even too conservatively. And there we played really conservatively. We probably should have looked to cut instead of just take what we had. Just ran up the straight line. 3rd and 1 now. Slater, who's pretty much guaranteed a broken tackle every play, going to get himself a chance, and maybe doing too much on that one, actually. Going to force the punt. We did have that lane a little bit to the left, but I seen movement. This is what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing before we even get the ball is Jonathan Allen is pushing players to the side. I had no idea that he was going to stop. Maybe he would have actually gotten us anyways. I had no idea he was going to stop. Maybe, like I said, it was because we changed direction. There was still a little bit of a lane for us to get that, but as of what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing a guy that is getting through and smoking us. But you see that cutback lane. There's a big lane there, and as soon as we cut back, it clears as Banson also misses, as he does. And at this point, it's Operation Just Don't Be a Dumbass. They can get their score as long as it takes them all day to get there. And that's one of those kind of plays, speaking of. Gains 12, but had to keep it extremely short, nowhere near the boundary. Make sure the deep blues are deep. They're deep blues for a reason. I'm not trying to trick people at this point in the game. They should know we're not going to get too aggressive. The rookie has sold, and the game's over. And Barnes tries to cut it. I think that also means that Jamal Adams has his breakout, if I'm not mistaken. Trust a comeback. I really don't trust our throwing on a comeback route. And that's some nice throw power, of course. Fant never really... I mean, he had a chance. He holds on to that. That's, you know, a completed ball. I feel like these plays have actually hurt them more than it's helped them. Oh, that is a really shallow route there. And speaking of, Kalen Barnes. Trying to catch that edge. Can't do so. Second pick of the game. Second pick of the last 4 plays. And the win streak will continue. A 27-14 victory over the Commanders. Once again, a team that we were not underestimating. And ironically enough, we're probably our biggest competition over the last several weeks. That pass rush was immense. Of course, we were still able to run the ball like we do, averaging about 5 yards per carry. And then the defense, even though it took a long time to finally get there, we were forcing turnovers as we normally do right at the end of the game. Hikaru was about as good as you could ask for with that pressure and uncontested blocks. The pass rush was just in there, uncontested pass rush, and it was an okay game. It was an okay game on offense. Defense did its part as well. Nothing crazy flashy, but hey, a win's a win. But looking at the numbers, Hikaru, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 238 yards, 66% completion percentage with 136.5 rating. That quarterback really in a bad spot. That team, man. 3 interceptions, only one of them was really his fault, in my opinion. Kenneth Walker, 20 for 93, no touchdowns, but still a really good game. Couldn't get him to 100, sadly. Slater had himself a nice couple of broken tackles. Couldn't really do too much more, though. He is a smaller, slower power back. Metcalf had himself a 2 touchdown, 4-catch, 134-yard game. Lockett had a couple of plays, Moore had a couple of plays, but no one really got involved. I really thought Fant had more than that. I feel like we hit him like multiple times on one drive for clutch plays, but I guess not. Sacks for Woolen and Nwosu, and then a pick for Adams, 2 for Kalen Barnes. Also Adams with the forced fumble on top of it, which is really impressive. And he should be, assuming we read it right, a superstar X-Factor player. Kenneth Walker is an upgrade. I'm going to go with elusiveness because I don't feel like our juking is as good as our power, moves. So he's now 91 juke move. Maybe that's a threshold. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but we'll take it. And Nwosu, I will say our edge hasn't been great. It definitely hasn't been great. A +1 of finesse always helps. He's now 86 finesse, but we're still pretty weak on that edge no matter what. I don't really care about the negotiations this moment. Wait, huh? Maybe I do. Ed Oliver. Did I forget to re-sign players? We'll get to that in next episode. But a movable object. Didn't get our rush game in, but you know what? Won the game. It's all that matters. 1,000 XP and 5 morale for every player. We'll take it. And then, of course, the new X Factor, Jamal Adams. Coach, football is simpler than people think. It's about one-on-one matchups. The better man always wins. After today's game, I don't think there's anyone better than me. I don't know if it's really, one-on-one, whatever. He's now an X Factor. What else can I tell you? Let's see what ability he gets. He got shut down, which is interesting. Stonewall, fair enough. Flat zone KO. Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. What can you really else have? I mean, there's no avalanche, so Zone Hawk, I guess, would be, interesting. Reinforcement wouldn't be terrible. I'd say Reinforcement's probably the most realistic one for him, to be fair, but it is what it is. Shutdown's also pretty good. Not bad at all. Also has himself an upgrade. I don't know if do we even want to use this, or do we want to hold on to it in case of regression? Man coverage wouldn't be the worst to upgrade, so I might actually go with hybrid. We're going to do hybrid. I think it's a pretty good upgrade in general as well. And it gave us 2 to man, 1 to zone, which is nice, which puts him at 80 man on the nose. Not bad at all. 93 zone coverage. He really is that dude. We also have a few others, DK Metcalf being one of them. Let's go with Playmaker, get that route running up even higher if it's even possible at this point. He gives himself +3 to juke move, which is interesting. Only 1 to deep, though, which is his worst attribute, but I would have loved some release upgrades and whatnot. Didn't really get that. What's his juke move anyways? 85. I mean, that's an interesting upgrade, but maybe not the one we needed or even wanted. Sidney Jones, I'd imagine his man-to-man is already pretty good, so we're going to go with zone coverage. Give us a +2 or a +3. Why not? That's all right. How did that not make him go up in overall? 2 to play rec, tackle, and zone coverage with a change of directions. Really good. Putting him now at 80 zone coverage, 88 man coverage. He's a really good player too. I'm telling you, this DB group is pretty damn talented. Anyways, though, that is going to be yet another win for our Seattle Seahawks, but the Cardinals and Niners keep nipping at our heels, and with them having, I believe, the season sweeps, that's a bit of an L for us, to be honest. I'm not super proud of that. Actually, maybe the Cardinals isn't. Yeah, we just beat the Cardinals, so fair enough, but the Niners do have it, I believe. So hoping to see some of those teams lose, because right now it's been pretty much neck and neck all season long. And it'd be nice to pull away a little bit here. But the Falcons are next, the Titans are next after that, and then the Eagles are after that. So a couple of teams with some tough offensive players that may make it a bit challenging on this defense. But overall, all winnable games. So our 8-3-1 start could get even better. And that's what we're hoping for as we are nearing the end of this season a little bit-ish. But anyways, if you guys enjoy this one, maybe leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, really appreciate your continued support. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, and then second channel PK Plays for non-Madden content. I don't know if I would have already uploaded a video on the second channel, but if not, Sunday, I suppose, will be the day. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!